Hey everybody, this is Sky, and when I want to know what's going on in the wonderful world of sports, I tune to Sports World Radio.
Hey, this is EAJ Man from Autopsy Live and the Skype Pirates. When I want to make it look like I don't give a shit about sports, I tune into Sports World Radio with Jeff Escow.
Jeff
Doing about time. Doing about time. Got myself a problem.
from San Diego. It's Sports World Radio. You've never heard a sports show like this. Oh, no, you haven't.
Oh, blow me.
You got it.
Holy fucking shit.
What in the hell is your major malfunction?
Can't believe that goddamn son of a bitch did that fucking crap.
Don't give me any of your shit.
Right?
Yeah, that's right. Those are your hosts, Jeff Askow and Sean Mann. Remember, those who can't play sports, talk about it. These two tell it like it is. Tune into Sports World Radio for the fastest hour of sports of your life. So here they are, the douchebags of sports themselves, Jeff Askow and Sean Mann.
Hey, what's up, everybody, and welcome to Sports World Radio. Glad everybody could join us today here for our jam-packed show on Monday, the beginning of a brand new week. We got a lot to talk about, lots of football to get into today. It is the Monday edition, and that's what we'll be talking about mostly here on Sports World Radio. Now let's get all the particulars out of the way, and then we'll get right on with the show. What do you say? SportsWorldRadio.com is the place to listen to our show here. If you want to come and hang out in our chat room, we are at Spreaker, Spreaker.com. Spreaker.com, Spreaker.com. If you don't have an account, it's free. Get yourself a free account. Then just type in Sports World Radio. The show will come up at the bottom of your screen. Just press the play button, and immediately go past the word Sports World Radio. Click the bubble. Chat room will open. Start typing away. 619-663-3715. 619-663-3715 is the number to get in touch with us here at Sports World Radio. SWRshow@gmail.com. That's SWRshow@gmail.com. Once again, SWRshow@gmail.com. Sometimes people say I talk too fast, so I slowed down for you. You rat bastards. Facebook.com/SportsWorldRadio. That's Facebook.com/SportsWorldRadio. Go like our Facebook page. And while you're doing that, follow us on Twitter at Twitter.com/SportsWorldRadio. That's Twitter.com/SportsWorldRadio. Now, while you're over at Sports World Radio, or if you aren't there, after the show or during the show, head on over to SportsWorldRadio.com. There's a donate button at the top there, donate tab. Click on that donate tab and donate to Sports World Radio and help us keep us doing what we'd like to do for you, and that's entertain you with this beautiful sports talk we got here. And I got an email from somebody the other day that says they are not a sports person, they don't like sports, but our show is so entertaining that they come just to listen so they can have a good laugh for the day. That's cool. I like that. Keep sending us the emails to swrshow@gmail.com. Now, with all the particulars out of the way, what do you say, hey, we bring in that co-host of ours, Sean Mann, the update man. What's going on, buddy?
I'm doing good, Jeff, and welcome everybody to Sports World Radio on this Monday, December 15th, 2014, 6:07 p.m. on the East Coast, which makes it 3:07 p.m. on the West. And, Jeff, you mentioned about how you enjoy bringing in more listeners. Well, I got a message from a good friend of mine. He's a friend of mine on Facebook. His name is Mike Augusto, and he goes, I love you guys and the Skippy Bayless Bash Hour. It is so funny when you guys intimidate the guy. I get a huge laugh out of it.
Well, thank you, Michael. I appreciate that, buddy. Thanks for listening, and keep on listening, because I'm sure the Skippy Bash Hour is coming sometime today.
Doing good, my friend. Doing good there, Jeff. Weather right now, pretty cool outside. Got a little bit of a wind, but moisture's coming. Doing well in general. It was a great weekend.
It's freaking warm out here today, man. You know
why not? You're in sunny San Diego.
That's right. That's why I live in sunny San Diego, because it's freaking warm. It's beautiful out here today, man. It's gorgeous. Beautiful sunny San Diego day. That's why I'm here. But we are expecting some rain later on in the week, which is okay with me. You know what? It's December. December is our rainiest time of the year. We get a lot of rain in December. I can almost guarantee you we get more rain in December than we do all the rest of the year. So why not get a little rain now? We're almost at capacity with our reservoirs. How about that? Not bad, huh?
Not bad at all.
Also joining us like he does each and every Monday in the first hour of the show, and we always keep him a little extra because that's the kind of guys we are and that's the kind of guy he is. Our good friend, Nicholas Turturro. Oh, I mean Nicholas Spiva. What's up, buddy?
Hey, not much, guys. A great weekend. Good Cowboys win, and that just topped the weekend off.
You had to stick that in there, didn't you?
I did. I had to. I couldn't help myself.
Well, I just got finished.
It may
watching.
just last. Hey, it may last one weekend, but I'm enjoying it while it lasts.
We'll get into that. I'm sure we'll get into all of that in a short time. I just finished watching 2 hours of Blue Bloods, dude.
Any good ones?
Yeah, you had a lot of
good scenes.
You had a lot of scenes in these 2 episodes, man.
Really?
Yeah, a lot of scenes. In fact, the last episode I just watched is one of my favorite episodes. It's one of my favorite episodes. It's the one where one of the officers shoots a guy running out of a building in a white T-shirt. The guy just came out to smoke. And yeah, Nicholas Turturro. See, I called him Nicholas Spiva. Damn it. Nicholas Turturro has a lot of scenes with Jamie and everybody. And they just promoted him to sergeant. So,
wow, it's been a while since I've seen it myself in any scenes.
Yeah,
I'm still behind a little bit.
Yeah, I know. You better catch. Did you see last Friday's show?
No, I'm still behind.
Oh,
I'm still behind.
Last Friday.
So I'll get caught up this week.
Yeah, Friday night show was really good, really good. And just a really quick something or other. I know this is a sports show, but we like to have fun here. And it's a very sad week for me.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, it's a very sad week. And when I tell you why, Josh, our friend and producer of the show and program director, Josh Lopez, Nicholas Spiva, and Sean should start to laugh when I end the sentence. Do you know this is the very sad week because it's the last week of the Late Late Show with Craig Ferguson?
Hey, I like the Late Late Show.
I love that show.
Enjoyed it.
I'm very Friday is going to be a very down day for me because it's his last show.
Then you're wondering, too, Jeff, what the heck is there to watch now for late night television? And David Letterman's going to be leaving in May of 2015 next year.
Absolutely nothing. Because once Letterman's over, as far as I'm concerned, Craig Ferguson's the best late night guy ever. Not ever.
I would agree. I like him. He's
not
great.
ever,
Put him up there
but
with Johnny Carson there, Jeff.
He's the best late night show guy right now.
I agree. He's great. He's just so funny.
He's so
all of his
so
gags
funny.
are great.
Oh my!
Isn't this Jeff?
Jeff Peterson.
Yeah, his skeleton.
Jeff Peterson, his skeleton, and
his horse.
His horse secretariat. Do you know what they're doing? You got to watch. Hey, if you watch his show, Nicholas, watch his show Friday night. It's the last show. They're gonna reveal secretariat. Who's under there?
Okay, I have to check that. I have to remember.
Yeah,
because I don't watch it all the time, but I do like Craig Ferguson.
I watch him every single night. I haven't missed an episode in 10 years. I watch him every single night, man. I freaking love his show. He's hysterical. He cracks me up. Hey, did you eat anything good over the weekend there, Nicholas?
Did you eat any what?
Did you eat anything good? Did you cook anything good over the weekend?
I did. I actually spent a couple hours yesterday cooking up some country-style ribs, some chicken wings,
really?
And some chicken thighs. Got my week ready to go.
I bet you were cooking them for the game last night, huh? Or you were cooking them for the whole week?
I cook it for the whole week. Get my meals ready, so I'll have something to eat every lunch and dinner.
Check you out, man. You pre-cook your meals, so all you got to do is just warm them up.
That's right. On my big green egg. It's a pretty good deal. It's pretty good.
Wow, I made one of my favorite meals last night, my shrimp scampi and linguine. Oofa. Yeah, that's a delicious meal right there. Hey, it's pouring in Chicago, ain't it?
Wet and rainy night down there for Chicago for the Monday night football game between the Bears and the Saints.
Yeah, I'm looking,
Nick, this
Sean,
ought to be a pretty good game.
Sean, I'm looking
Yeah,
at the
I like
TV
those games
screen.
when it's muddy and rainy, and it's going to be a fun game to watch.
I'm looking at the TV screen right now, and they're standing under umbrellas talking on the tarp. and it's pouring. I love that. I love that. Let's not, you know what? Let's save the first topic until we come back from break, because we only got about 2 minutes before we're going to go to break. There's no reason to start a topic now and then go to break. You know what I'm saying, buddy?
Sure.
So we'll hold the first topic. So anything interesting? You're just going to have chicken wings and all that stuff this week, buddy?
Yeah, chicken wings. I'm doing this diet called the paleo diet. It's a high protein diet. So I'll throw in a salad. But yeah, it's and a lot of vegetables. I'm not a big fan of vegetables.
You gotta be, man. Steam up some cauliflower.
I try them.
Broccoli.
I try. But you can't have green beans or corn. Those are no-nos on this diet.
Really? So steam up some cauliflower and broccoli.
Those are on the diet.
Hey, you want to know
celery,
something?
carrots.
Instead of steaming the cauliflower and broccoli, pan fry it in garlic. Oh. It's delicious.
Man,
like that.
It's tough for me to eat that. I've never been a fan, but I'm trying. I got to try some new stuff, I guess.
It's delicious like that. If you pan fry it and let it get charred on the outside, it gives it a whole new taste and texture.
Hey, Nick, are you going to be making anything for next week, especially with Christmas coming up? Any Christmas appetizers you making?
Nothing Christmassy. We've switched it up. We used to do turkey for the longest time and ham, but we got tired of that. You have right after Thanksgiving, so we just get some big old ribeyes. Ribeye steaks.
Big old ribeyes.
Cook those on Christmas Eve.
Wow, check you out. Big old ribeyes.
Oh yeah, they're great. We go to the butcher, get some of the big ones they have there.
We're having meatloaf, mashed potatoes, and peas tonight for dinner.
Man, that sounds pretty good.
That's what we're doing tonight. My dad's making dinner tonight. I'm taking the night off, man.
You can't beat that.
No, and he knows how to make a mean meatloaf, so I'm going to let him make the meatloaf. Hey, we're going to run to a quick commercial break. On the other side of the commercial break, I promise you, we'll stop talking cooking and we'll get into some sports. You're listening to Jeff Escow, Showman, and Nicholas Spiva on
Sports World Radio.
This message brought to you by FEMA. Stay fire safe this winter. Turn portable heaters off when you go to bed or leave the room. Keep anything that can burn at least 3 feet away. Plug portable heaters directly into wall outlets. Inspect and replace damaged cords, broken outlets, or loose connections. Use portable heaters with an automatic shutoff so that if they tip over, they turn off. Only use portable heaters approved by a recognized testing laboratory. Learn more at www.usfa.fema.gov.
Did you know that just 30 minutes a day of physical activity can improve your health and decrease your risk of heart disease? For every hour of regular, vigorous exercise, you gain 2 hours of life expectancy. So start walking for yourself and for your heart. Start walking with your family. You'll feel better. Start walking in your community. You'll lead happier and healthier lives. Start walking. Start something. Join the movement today. For more information on the American Heart Association's START program, visit startwalkingnow.org and start walking. Start something.
This message brought to you by FEMA. Be fire safe during the holidays. Only use decorations that are non-flammable or flame retardant. Check holiday lights each year for frayed wires or excessive wear. And do not link more than 3 strands. Never leave a burning candle unattended. Consider using battery-operated flameless candles which look and smell like real candles. If your celebration includes a natural tree, keep it away from any heat source or exit. Water your tree daily to keep it from becoming dry. Learn more at usfa.fema.gov. This message brought to you by FEMA. Home fires occur most often in winter. Keep anything that can catch fire at least 3 feet from heating equipment. And never use an oven to heat your home. Stay in the kitchen when frying, grilling, or broiling food. Turn space heaters off when you leave the room or go to bed. Make sure all vents are clear of snow and ice to allow carbon monoxide to vent outside. Have your furnace, heating system, and chimneys serviced each year by a qualified professional. Learn more at www.usfa.fema.gov.
Hey everybody, this is Sky, and when I want to know what's going on in the wonderful world of sports, I tune to Sports World Radio.
Welcome back to Sports World Radio. Jeff Escow, Sean Mann, and Nicholas Spiva bringing you the fastest 2 hours of sports talk each and every Monday through Friday right here on SportsWorldRadio.com. 6 p.m. on the East, 3 p.m. on the West, and if you live in the Central?
If you live in the Central, figure it out for yourself.
5 o'clock.
It's 5 o'clock. That's what it is.
5 o'clock somewhere.
Somewhere. It's always 5 o'clock somewhere, ain't it? Hey, Sean, let's get to the freaking first topic of the day 20 minutes into the show, will you please?
All right, first game we're going to get to, and Nick, you talked about the Cowboys. We might as well get it over with. Sunday Night Football on NBC. Josh got a point correct. He picked Dallas, and the Cowboys go into Philadelphia and beat the Eagles 38-27, which really shocked a lot of people last night. Because here's the thing, I'll say it real quickly. Dallas got off to a 21-0 lead. Everybody thought, wow, they're on a roll. They're going to keep it up. Philadelphia makes a comeback. They take a 24-21 lead. Then everybody says that the choke signs are coming right to Tony Romo, and then Dallas was able to get it done. 3 touchdowns, Nicholas, that Des Bryant had for the Cowboys.
Yeah, it was. I was starting to worry there for a little bit, but you know what? There's just like I think they've been behind 4 times in the second half on the road and come back and won every single game.
You know something? I didn't think I was going to say this, but I'm going to have to say it. They're really freaking good on the road.
They play well on the road. It's surprising. I don't know why they can't win at home. I think they're 3-4 at home.
They went undefeated on the road, right?
Yeah.
They are 7-0 on the road this year, 3-4 at home. So Dallas now looking down the road here, Jeff and Nick. The Cowboys will host the Indianapolis Colts, their final home game of the 2014 regular season.
That'll be a tough game, but this game is you couldn't start off any better.
Which I like.
I mean, they had to have that not really an onside kick, but that kick was short. That was a great move, and they had to score a touchdown right then. And you know what? Most of these Cowboys teams would have folded, but they kept it when they got behind. They made a play, and they drove down the field, scored a touchdown. That's what you had to do, and they didn't look back from there.
I turned the game off when it was 21-0 Dallas. I said, I'm not watching this crap. It's bad enough I got to do a show tomorrow and deal with Nicholas. I'm not watching this crap.
Well, if you look at the penalties, here's the big thing. There were a lot of penalties in this game. 11 penalties for 79 yards, 8 penalties for 95 yards. It got pretty ugly sometimes, Nick, and you and I saw a lot of it last night, and Jeff, you did too a little bit. There were a lot of personal fouls in the game between the Cowboys and the Eagles, but what a bad way to start for the Eagles.
Well, that's because they hate each other, Sean. That's because they don't like each other, and they're going to beat the crap out of each other. You can see all the personal fouls coming.
Yep.
Yeah, Dez and some joker got into it before the game even started. So I don't know what that was all about, but I get maybe from the previous game. But it's always like that. I mean, I don't know if you guys remember, maybe before Sean's time, but the old Bounty Bowl.
Uh-huh. I remember that.
With Jimmy Johnson's first year. And then they go back, and they go back. I think the same year they have go to Philadelphia. They start throwing snow-covered batteries at the Dallas players. And then Michael Irvin got hurt in Philadelphia, and they booed Michael Irvin getting hurt. Actually, they cheered him. And then
did I, though. But then again, I cheered when Joe Theismann got his leg broken. So come on.
So that's just a bunch of bad blood between these two teams for years. So it doesn't surprise me at all.
Look who shows up
for the Cowboys.
Look who shows up. Hey there, Wes. How you doing there, buddy?
So congrats to the Dallas Cowboys. They go to 10-4. No more talk of an 8-8 season or them choking or folding. Well, the Cowboys have learned, and they kind of felt like this team that has suffered difficult losses in December, they've learned lessons from it from the last 3 years. You got to remember, they were 10-15 when the month of December hit. Now they're 12-15. And the question is, can they beat Indianapolis at home and get to 4-4? Yeah, I think they can. And Gary, I know you're listening. You want it to happen, but I'm sorry, buddy. I say the Cowboys will probably go in to Washington and go 8-0 and be undefeated on the road against the Redskins. Dallas is just knowing that they don't want to go through the misery about what's happened the last 3 years. And, of course, don't forget about 2008 when it ended in heartbreak for them. And, of course, Des Bryant having a big game. Tony Romo was 22 of 31 in this game, 265 yards, 3 touchdown passes, no interceptions. Mark Sanchez was 17 of 28, 252 yards, and he had no touchdown passes. However, 2 interceptions.
Yeah, those interceptions killed him.
Yeah, for the Eagles, too. You're right, Jeff. The turnovers hurt them. They had 4 turnovers in the game, and what an awful way to start the football game out. On the opening kickoff, the Eagles fumbled the football. Ugly.
Way to go there,
that was great.
and Andrew Browning bastard. Hey, Wes.
I got a quick story for you guys.
Go ahead.
The last Dallas Cowboy football game, well, I think it was the last one I went to. It was against the Eagles in the old Texas Stadium. In the first playoff, we have these great seats. My cousin knew a cheerleader, so we got it right on the field. And the first play of the game was an onside kick by the Eagles, and Dallas picked it up and ran it back for a touchdown. So I knew it was going to be a great day. So this was even greater to start down on their own 10-yard line. You couldn't ask for anything better.
I know. You were probably loving it, weren't you?
Oh, yeah. That was great right off the bat. And it's surprising me because Danny Bailey's got a pretty good leg. He always gets to the end zone, and it come up with was like 10 yards short. So the guy was at the back of the end zone, 18 yards away, and Brad Smith couldn't make up his mind. It's fantastic.
The next game that we get to, and
Hold on a
since
second,
Wes,
Sean.
you are in the house,
Sean,
I wanted to
hold
get
on.
this off.
Hold on a second, Sean. I wanted to talk to our Dallas Cowboy fan, Nicholas. Is DeMarco Murray going to play Sunday?
Old spray tan? I don't know.
Old spray tan. He got a broken finger, man.
I know. They said he's questionable. He's going to have surgery this week. Questionable if he's going to play. That's going to hurt him if he doesn't play.
If he don't play, you can say goodbye to their running game.
Yeah. Dunbar and Randall aren't that good. They're okay.
No, and then
they're not DeMarco Murray good. So
and then if I'm Indianapolis, I tee up on freaking Romo.
Yeah, you make them just. That's going to be like the old Cowboys. There, we'll see if the offensive line can help with the run game. If it's not Murray, you're going to have around the two backups.
It's crazy.
So I mean, it's going to be an interesting matchup if they don't have Murray.
Yep, it's going to be, and it's going to be, and you know what? Murray's contract's up at the end of the year, ain't it?
Yeah, so is Dez.
Oh boy, that's
so
going to.
They've got a conundrum at the end of the year. What are they going to do? They're already high on the salary cap anyway.
Yeah, it's going to be.
So it's going to be.
What are they going to do? Get rid of Murray and bring in Peterson?
I've heard that's the case.
That's possible.
And then Murray goes to
New York,
Minnesota.
No, he goes to the Giants.
And don't rule out Ray Rice as a possibility in Dallas too.
Oh God.
That's a possibility. God. Jerry Jones tries to deal with all the troublemakers.
All right, let's get to that Pittsburgh game.
Yeah, I was going to get to that. Next game, we talk about Wes coming in here. Wes, congrats on the Pittsburgh Steelers. They roll right into Atlanta with a 27-20 victory. And Wes is already talking smack, saying, Pittsburgh Steelers, here we go. Steelers, here we go. No flag this time. Ben Roethlisberger was 27-35, Nick, 360 yards, no touchdown passes, no interceptions. And for the Falcons, who are still in the playoff hunt, I can't believe this, at 5-9, Matt Ryan was 26 of 37, 310 yards, 2 touchdown passes, and 1 interception in a weak NFC South. But, Nick, the Steelers got a game they need to have. They end their road trip with 5 wins and 3 losses. They have 2 home games remaining on the regular season schedule.
This is a surprising game. I really thought Pittsburgh would beat them by more because Falcons, they're kind of up and down. But this was a good game. I caught a little bit on the red zone. Didn't get to watch all the game, but caught a little bit of it. It was a good game. And Roethlisberger, isn't this the 5th time he's passed over 300 yards?
Falcons are unpredictable.
Something like that. He's doing really good.
Josh is ripping into him. He goes, oh, my goodness. He goes, how many fake Newton times are you going to rip the officials on plays, you rat bastard? Be happy you barely escaped the Georgia Dome with the victory, you rat bastard.
I agree. Be lucky you got out of there with a victory, you rat bastard. Unbelievable.
And, Wes, the Steelers still won't do well in the playoffs because look at it this way. They're not very good against the top teams. I don't even see them getting past New England. I don't even see them getting past Denver. You got to be kidding me. Look at him, 4,400 yards for Roethlisberger. And he was even saying back in November, Jeff, or October on Facebook, he said, Roethlisberger deserves to be the MVP of the NFL.
I don't know. There's a lot of great players this year. I don't know if it's going to be. I don't think it's going to be Roethlisberger.
I don't think Roethlisberger should be the MVP of the NFL. He's not even in the running.
Josh, that's a good question with the Atlanta Falcons. We remember what happened when the Seahawks were 7-9, clinched the division, won a playoff game. Jeff put Sports World Radio on the line. had they lost to the Chicago Bears, but the Bears beat them 35-24. That was back in, I believe it was in 2011, January of 11. That's, Nick, this just doesn't make sense when you see a team that could be 5-11 and make the playoffs. That's nuts.
That's NFL football for you.
And did you guys hear there's an article this weekend that they're going to expand the playoffs vote is going to come in this spring, and they're going to think about reseeding. They're going to reseed the playoffs.
That's stupid.
What a crock! Just leave it the way it is. Oh my goodness.
They're going to. That's what the. I read that on ESPN this morning, and then they're going to think about reseeding it. The first two teams get a bye, and then after that, you'll have your division winners. Think 2 division winners, and then after that, they're going to reseed the playoffs. So you're not going to have if you have a losing team, then you won't host a playoff game.
What do you think of that, Jeff?
I think it's stupid to add more teams to the playoffs.
I think that's going to happen.
This is just like with Major League Baseball and the extra wild card. Now they're doing it with the NFL. And Wes, to keep 5 and 11 teams out. I agree with that. That would be crazy, but it is likely since the Falcons, even though they're 5 and 9, can still get in as a team that is below 500 to the playoffs.
Yeah, they're going to reseeding. It's on ESPN.com called sources say the NFL playoff change is likely. So they're going to go from 12 teams to 14 teams in the next year.
That's stupid.
So and then it says here's one film that's being discussed in the offseason that in addition to first round buys for the teams with the best record in the AFC and NFC. 2 divisional champions in each conference will get home games, and the remaining 8 teams will be seeded by win-loss record.
On that note, we got to run to our second commercial break.
Listening to Jeff Escow, Sean Mann on
Sports World Radio.
Welcome to the Man Manual. Man comes with a multifunctional casing known as skin. It is remarkable. Warning, standard body wash can cause damage to man's skin. Maintain it properly with Dove Men Plus Care Body Wash. It cleans man and protects skin from dryness. This will keep man's skin remarkable, even under extreme testing. Dove Men Plus Care Body Wash. Skin care built in. Also, freshen man's exterior with new Aqua Impact Body Wash.
Why does consultant Jerry Howell stay at La Quinta?
Can you come back tomorrow?
Because only with La Quinta can Jerry instant hold the room tonight using just his phone number. And then power down for tomorrow on his pillow top bed. And when Jerry's refreshed, you know what he does?
We need ideas, people. Think. Synergistic integration. Genius.
He thinks outside the box.
I'm going for it. No.
La Quinta Inns and Suites take care of you so you can take care of business. Instant hold your next stay on your smartphone at LQ.com.
La Quinta.
Millionaires are being made worldwide, all season long at DraftKings.com. America's favorite one-week fantasy football website. One-week fantasy means no season-long commitments, so you can play whenever you want. You got a player who's hurt? No problem. Injuries won't derail your shot at victory because it's like a new season every week, so you're never stuck with the same players. Pick your team in minutes, and you could be on your way to winning huge cash payoffs. And just this season alone, one lucky listener turned $10 into $5,000, and another turned $2 into $10,000. Plus, we've been crowning new millionaires virtually every week, all season long at DraftKings.com. So you could be next. What are you waiting for? Imagine winning $1 million in one day just for playing fantasy football at DraftKings. Make sure you log on to DraftKings.com right away and use the promo code Spreaker to play for free in the $10 million Fantasy Football World Championships. DraftKings.com. Bigger events, bigger winnings, bigger millionaires. Don't forget to enter Spreaker at DraftKings.com today. You can't win if you don't play. DraftKings.com. DraftKings.com. That's DraftKings.com. Hey everybody, this is Sky. And when I want to know what's going on in the wonderful world of sports, I tune to Sports World Radio.
All right, welcome back to Sports Radio. Jeff Escow, Sean Mann, and Nicholas Spiva bringing you the fastest 2 hours of sports talk each and every Monday through Friday right here on SportsWorldRadio.com. All right, Shawnee, next topic, buddy.
Okay, the next game we get to, Jeff, at 33 minutes after the hour, Jeff and Nick, the Packers taking on the Buffalo Bills yesterday. And how about those Buffalo Bills? I lost a point in the NFL pick'em. I went with the Packers in this game. But the Bills, Nick, This is an impressive victory. Now the Bills know that they need to win the next 2 games, maybe to have a shot, Jeff and Nick, at an AFC wildcard spot.
That's going to be tough, but they don't have a quarterback to do it. I mean, their defense, I believe their defense is a top 5 defense, maybe even number 1. That defense is awesome, but they don't have a quarterback to get the ball to anybody. Kyle Orton's not very good. E.J. Manuel, their top pick from a couple years ago, he's not very good. So I don't know what they're going to do. If they had a quarterback, there'd be no question they'd be in there. But, geez Louise, they have a great receiver, Sammy Watkins. They have some good running backs. I don't know what they're going to do. It's just
and what happened?
It's got to be frustrating
Packers?
for Bills fans.
And it's got to be frustrating for Packer fans. Here they are on a roll, and then they lose a big game for their chance to be on top of the NFC North. That's a huge loss for them. The Packers, like I said, they played crappy. Jeff, what's your thoughts on Green Bay losing to Buffalo?
Buffalo's heading to freaking Oakland next week, so that's a no-brainer there. And Green Bay's got Tampa Bay. So, I'm just surprised Aaron Rodgers played as bad as he did, man.
Yeah, they talked about this too, Nick. 17 of 42, 185 yards passing, no touchdown passes, and 2 interceptions. Kyle Orton was 14 of 27, 158 yards, no touchdown passes, and 1 interception. But out of those 2, they were talking a lot about this too, Nick, yesterday, about Aaron Rodgers having a miserable game, probably one of the worst games of his career.
Yeah, that was terrible. He had a 34.3 rating.
Yeah.
I mean, just terrible. Eddie Lacy was the only bright spot. 15 carries for 97 yards. What's his name? Jordy Nelson dropped that pass. That could have gone for a 94-yard touchdown.
Mm-hmm.
That was a big play right there.
Wide open in his hands. Unbelievable.
Yeah.
Josh said Rodgers being Rodgers on the road. And Wes, you have a good point. The Bills' defense is good. It's better and improved. Buffalo is having its first winning season since a decade when they went 9-7.
Well, they could actually end up 8-8, but although I don't think they're going to, because they're 8-6 right now. I don't think they're going to end up 8-8. I actually think they're going to beat Oakland next week, so we'll see what happens there.
Is it a sign?
To New England after that.
Yeah.
Is it a sign of things to come though for the Buffalo Bills? Are we starting to see that they are officially back? Are we thinking no, maybe they're just a few years off from really being a competitive team in the AFC East and the entire AFC?
It's hard to say.
They're a quarterback away.
Yeah,
if they can get a quarterback, but who are you going to get?
Well,
we talked about this with Frank earlier this morning. If you look at the free agent quarterbacks for next year, they're terrible.
Yeah, I know.
Michael Vick's the big name. Michael Vick, Matt Hasselbeck, Christian Ponder, Mark Sanchez, Blaine Gabbert, Sean Hill, Jason Campbell, Brian Hoyer, Ryan Mallett. I mean, those are your free agents. Those are the big names. There's a lot of them, but those are the big name free agents at quarterback.
Ooh, boy, those are some big names, huh?
Yeah. Are you going to trade for somebody? And guess what? They don't have a first-round pick either. They traded it to Cleveland.
Nice.
So they don't have a first-round pick. And those names I listed were the big names in the quarterback free agency, though. So I think they're going to have to stick with E.J. Manuel or trade for somebody.
Nice.
The next game we get to, gentlemen, at 37 minutes after the hour, the New England Patriots have done something again. They won their 6th straight AFC East division title as they eliminated the Miami Dolphins from the AFC East. Nick, your thoughts on Tom Brady? 21 of 35, 287 yards, 2 touchdown passes, and 1 interception. Patriots just dominating and being the Patriots.
Who cares?
I do.
They played a good game. I really didn't think Miami had a shot. Miami played well in the first game this year, but after that, that's downhill. And New England, they're just on cruise control. I mean, good grief, they're just beating everybody that play pretty good too. So I mean, other than Green Bay, and they play the Jets next week, and then Buffalo. So there'll be 14 wins.
It'll be 13 wins, and I just
13 wins, yeah.
New England knows that the key is making sure now that, okay, they got the AFC East, but now trying to hold off Denver for that top seed in the AFC, that's going to be the key. So they know that they need to win both of their games, and Denver's probably hoping that the Patriots would lose the next 2, but you don't see that happening. Come on, the Jets, they're horrible. They're not very good. The Bills, they've owned them. So New England has really nothing to lose. They've got an advantage to have the home field advantage throughout the playoffs for the AFC.
Yeah, and they're not going to rest any players not to get home. They still have home field advantage on the line, so they'll bring everything. So I don't see them losing. I think the road to the AFC playoffs is going through New England.
Yeah, absolutely. And Wes, keep talking out there, Wes, because you know something? Every time you talk, it's going to come back, and then you'll start eating your words.
I know, and then he'll get pissed off at the end because the referee screwed him.
He's already calling it an AFC championship game between the Patriots and the Steelers.
Yeah, see?
The Steelers got to get through the Bengals in the first round.
Yeah, you see, you know what's going to happen is, man, he's going to be pissed off. He's going to be one pissed off camper by the end of the season's over.
The next game we get to, the Kansas City Chiefs. They keep their slight playoff hopes alive. They blow out the Oakland Raiders 31-13.
That AFC is awful bunchy, ain't it?
Sure is.
That AFC is awful bunchy, and next week you got Pittsburgh hosting Kansas City this Sunday.
Ooh.
That's right. That's going to be a very, very interesting ball game because both of these teams are fighting for playoffs.
Alex Smith, how about this game for the Chiefs, Nick? 18 of 30, 297 yards, 2 touchdown passes, no interceptions.
The Chiefs are kind of up and down this year, just like the NFL. You think one week they're good, then they lose. Then 1 week, then they're great again. So I don't know what to make of them. Alex Smith played a pretty good game. He had a 115 rating, but I don't know if they can I don't think they can go to Pittsburgh and win.
Yeah, I still don't see the Chiefs making it in the playoffs. It's going to be very tough. Winning at Pittsburgh is one of the biggest games of the season for the Kansas City Chiefs next weekend.
And Jamal Charles had an okay game, 12 carries for 52 yards. They're going to need him to get more carries if they want to win at Pittsburgh.
Jeff, your thoughts on the Chiefs?
I want to see him beat Pittsburgh next week. You hear that, Wes? I'm picking Kansas City next week. I'm just telling you right now.
Was that a late game or is that a noon game?
No, it's a regular old game.
Just a noon kickoff.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, just a noon kickoff.
And as for the Raiders, the losing woes continue on the road for them. Carr was 27 of 56, 222 yards, 1 touchdown pass, no interceptions. And Alex Smith, of course, 18 of 30, 297 yards, 2 TD passes, and no interceptions. For the Chiefs, yeah, it's simple. They have to win and win just to get into the playoffs. So we'll see how well they look against Pittsburgh. They got to play through the yellow towels.
Yeah, in the Raiders? They get a big win last week and they can't capitalize on it. Could have beat their big-time rival, but they just choke it up again.
Yellow towels. That's rainbow flaggish.
Wes is probably always likes to wave it around his living room when the Steelers are playing.
Hey, Wes, could you send me one of those towels so I can blow my nose, please? Man, it is freaking pouring in Chicago. This is going to be a good game tonight.
Yeah, I've seen that. That's crazy.
The next game we get to, hey, Jeff, your dark horse team, the Cincinnati Bengals, shut out the Cleveland Browns 30-0.
Hey, you know something, Johnny Manziel? Guess what you did yesterday? You did something that's never been done before.
What's that?
You got shut out.
He did, and he was horrible, and Skip Bayless is now starting to eat his words, because remember what he said? He said that Johnny Manziel should have been the starting quarterback, Jeff and Nick, from day one. That's what Josh sent to me, and I had to read that on the air.
I agree with that.
They had 5 first downs. 5 first downs.
Wait, Johnny.
That's horrible.
Johnny Manziel.
Wes says Jeff said Manziel was a Hall of Famer.
I did not say that. There's no way I said that. And if you think I said that, then you don't listen to this freaking show. Because I said that Johnny Manziel is not going to be in football in 2 years. And the way he played yesterday, nobody's going to want him on their team. Is it me, or did that guy look like he was a puny little son of a bitch? He looked like He looked like one of those. He looked like a high school kid playing in the NFL, didn't he?
Oh, didn't DeMarvin Lewis get in trouble for calling him a midget?
Well, Well, you know what? That's exactly what he looked like in yesterday's game. Marvin Lewis was absolutely correct. Right? Marvin Lewis didn't have to eat his words at all, did he?
That was a big win for them, for the Cincinnati Bengals going back to this game. Manziel, of course, was pathetic, but look down the road and look at the schedule that the Bengals have. A week from today, Jeff and Nick, they host the Denver Broncos on Monday Night Football, and then at Pittsburgh. So it's going to get tough for the Bengals. They know that they need to win both of these games, but it will not be easy.
That game's
not easy at all.
Yeah, that game is in Cincinnati, and Peyton Manning's hurt.
Yep.
Peyton Manning's hurt, and he's sick. Let's hope he gets sicker during the week, and he's in more pain during the week, and he really can't play that well, and Cincinnati wins that game.
Oh, he should be better by then. I mean, it's just a flu.
You know what?
Not like he's got Ebola or nothing.
You know what? I'm going to make a prediction right now that our producer and program director is picking Cincinnati in that game Saturday night. I'm just saying he's going to be picking the underdog Cincinnati to win that game over Denver. In fact, I know what upsets he's going to pick too. I can already see it.
And how about the stats yesterday? You're talking about how pathetic Johnny Manziel was. 10 of 18, 80 yards, 2 picks in the game. Great way to start the career, Johnny.
Hey, Sean, I bet you he picks the Jets over New England next week.
I bet Sean picks that in his heart.
Oh, jeez. Andy Dalton, the quarterback that Jeff enjoys watching, 14 of 24, 117 yards, no touchdown passes, and 1 interception. Huge win for Cincinnati because Cincinnati, Pittsburgh, and Baltimore. Right now, Cleveland gone.
Yeah,
it's a 3-team race.
I know. We're going to talk more about this when we get back from our update and commercial. We got our first update coming. Hey, this update is brought to you by The Flipper. Head on over to flipperflipper.com and get your flipper today. Now, ladies, I know you're tired of walking into the bathroom and you see the seat up and you got to go over there and grab it with your hand and put it down. Well, ladies, fret no more. Head on over to flipperflipper.com and get your flipper today. It attaches to the underside of your toilet seat so you never, ever have to touch your toilet seat to lift it or lower. Hey, Wes, I know you're a slob when you go to the bathroom. Make your wife happy this Christmas and get her a flipper at flipperflipper.com. Head on over to the Flipper. Head on over to flipperflipper.com today and get your flipper today. Take it away, Sean Mann, with the first update of the day.
All right, Jeff, thank you very much. 46 minutes after the hour. Here's what we got for the NBA tonight. 8 games. Hornets at the Cavaliers, Lakers at the Pacers, Celtics at the 76ers, Bulls at the Hawks, Magic at the Raptors, Bucks at the Suns, Spurs at the Trailblazers, and Pistons at Clippers. In the NFL, Monday Night Football tonight will be the Chicago Bears hosting the New Orleans Saints. Game is expected to start at 8:30 p.m. Eastern Time, 5:30 p.m. Pacific, and of course, that is where the NFL will be watching it in the rain. Lots of wetness in Chicago. In the NHL, 3 hockey games tonight. Senators at the Sabres, Lightning at the Penguins, and Devils at Islanders. In Major League Baseball, the New York Yankees and Chase Headley agreed to a 4-year, $52 million contract. This update by The Flipper was brought to you by flipperflipper.com. We're going to run to commercial break. When we come back, more sports talk with Jeff Eskow, Nicholas Spiva, and Sean Mann.
I had PTSD. Once I was back from Iraq, I was distant from everybody in my family.
We had a reunion of our unit, and you'd hear these spouses say, "Is your husband doing that? My husband's doing that too. I thought it was just us." And really understanding that, hey, this is a common experience.
I learned more to listen to what he was saying, and that made it easier for me to understand where his pain was coming from.
Warriors should know that resources are available. Learn more at realwarriors.net.
Every parent wants the safest and healthiest products for their family. That's why I created The Honest Company. I was just a concerned mom with a crazy dream. a wish that there was a company that I could rely on that did all of the hard work for me. I'm Jessica Alba, and the Honest Company was my dream.
LegalZoom has helped 1 million businesses successfully get started, including Jessica's. Launch your dream at LegalZoom today. Call us. We're here to help.
Confusion ever someone or have sudden you trouble had speaking, understanding?
Understanding trouble? Have you sudden have or speaking someone ever confusion?
Have you ever had sudden confusion, trouble speaking, or understanding someone?
It could be one of the 5 signs of stroke.
Sudden weakness or numbness of the face, arm, or leg.
Sudden trouble with vision in one or both eyes.
Suddenly having trouble walking or difficulty with balance.
Or a sudden intense headache that comes out of nowhere.
If you or someone you know has any of these symptoms, don't wait. Call 911 immediately. You could make a difference in someone's life, someone you love, maybe even your own.
It's late until, wait, don't too.
Don't wait until it's too late. Time lost is brain lost.
Find out more at powertoendstroke.org. Brought to you by the American Heart Association, American Stroke Association, and the Ad Council.
Hey everybody, this is Sky, and when I want to know what's going on in the wonderful world of sports, I tune to Sports World Radio.
All right, welcome back to Sports World Radio. Jeff Pascal, Sean Mann, bringing you the fastest 2 hours of sports talk each and every Monday through Friday right here on SportsWorldRadio.com. Nicholas Spiva joining us like he does each and every Monday in the first hour of the show, and we always hold them over a little bit into the second hour of the show until we finish up our NFL talk. All right, Sean, where are we going next, buddy?
All right, the next game we get to takes place in San Diego, California. Yesterday, the Broncos prevailed by a score of 22-10.
That was a joke. I watched that game, and you want to know something? I was watching that game, and I'm saying to myself, why am I watching this crap?
Nick, your thoughts on the Broncos-Chargers? Denver gets their 4th straight AFC West Division title yesterday.
Yeah, and I guess the Broncos are going to be running the ball now. I mean, this is the second week in a row. Manning's passed for, 20 passes? He had 20 passes yesterday.
Yeah.
And they ran the ball.
But they didn't run
the ball.
And
I don't know if yesterday was because of his injury, but the week before wasn't. He was healthy the week before, and they only passed the ball
yeah, but they didn't
20 to 25 times.
They didn't run the ball very well, though, yesterday.
No, they didn't.
No, that's because the
111 total yards.
Right, because the Chargers' run defense is better. But there was at one point in that game there where Manning was just throwing the ball like crazy.
Yeah, I can't figure the Broncos out. Are they going to throw the ball? Are they going to run the ball? Or what are they doing? So it's good that they have a running game. But, I mean, what, C.J. Anderson? 29 carries for 85 yards?
You know something? Hey, Frank Sprinkle, if you're listening, I didn't hear a lot of Omaha yesterday.
Didn't hear a lot of Omaha, no doubt about it.
I did not hear a lot of Omaha yesterday.
Peyton Manning was sick yesterday. He had a bit of the flu, but he came out sharp. Of course, 14 of 20, 233 yards, 1 touchdown pass, no interceptions as Denver picks up a big win. San Diego, of course, now fighting for their playoff lives with 2 weeks left in the regular season. San Diego will be playing Saturday night at San Francisco.
That was the last game at Qualcomm Stadium. The last Charger game at Qualcomm Stadium. How about that?
What could be the end of it there, like you said, Jeff, for the San Diego Chargers? And Nick, you got to be pretty shocked about this too. Suppose San Diego says goodbye to football there, then they'll become the Los Angeles Chargers.
That's disgusting. That sounds even disgusting.
It is. Oh, Nick says he lost us.
Oh, I got to bring him back, huh?
Yeah.
That sounds disgusting. You know?
Mm-hmm.
There he is.
Hello.
Yeah, you could just reconnect if you get hung up.
Okay.
Nick, we were talking about the last game of the San Diego Chargers. What happens if they move to Los Angeles and become the Los Angeles Chargers?
Wow. I've heard the rumor. There's a rumor going on the NBC's NFLTalk.com that 2 teams could possibly move to Los Angeles. It could be either the Raiders and the Rams, or the Rams and the Chargers.
But where? Where could they play? That's the thing that Jeff's been pointing out.
Share a stadium?
Don't they have? Did some guy buy land for a stadium?
Yeah, but
next to the whatever, Staples Center?
Yeah, but the stadium's not there. Just because he owns the land doesn't mean the stadium is there.
What I've heard in the rumors I've read, they're going to play at the Coliseum. They're going to update that a little bit and play till the stadium's ready.
Oh, that's disgusting.
But they want to stay. I don't know what the rush is. And they want it like next year, and that's not going to happen.
The Coliseum is worse than Qualcomm.
I know. It's old. It's outdated. I think USC has a lot to do with it now. So that's where they'd play until they got a stadium. And then the rumors that the Raiders may move to San Antonio.
And how
about that?
How the hell are you going to fill that place up?
There's no way they can fill it up.
How are you going to fill that Coliseum up with fans?
They'd have a lot of tarps on it. That's for sure.
That's the thing. The L.A. Coliseum, like Jeff says, how are they going to fill that up? That's just so confusing.
That's ridiculous. No way. And you know
what? Now they want 2 teams instead of 1? Give me a break.
Let me see. Can the Chargers do this? Can the Chargers say, okay, we're going to move to L.A., but we're not going to move to L.A. until the stadium is built and ready, and we're going to continue to play in San Diego until the stadium's done?
But then you wouldn't have anybody show up, would you? They know they're going to leave?
I wouldn't go to a freaking game.
There's no way they would stay and then say, hey, we're leaving in about 3 years. I don't think they could do it.
Because the Chargers could actually leave whenever they want now.
I mean, they could play in the Rose Bowl, I guess, or the Coliseum until they get a new stadium. But like you said, those stadiums are old and they're gigantic.
Yeah. And
they're over 100,000 people.
It's going to take what? A minimum of 2 years to get the stadium built? Minimum?
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. I think we're talking 2016 would be the year that LA would finally have a football team. The question is, would they finally be able to support a team because of all the moving that has happened throughout the years?
And the reason why I say 2 years, because it is LA and it doesn't rain much, so they could pretty much work every day. You know what I mean?
And that would be bad to see the Chargers move out of there. I've always remembered them as the San Diego Chargers. That just doesn't make any sense. But the Chargers are having difficulty, like you said, Jeff, trying to find a new stadium there.
They are, man, but there are plans in the works to keep the Chargers here and build them a stadium downtown by Petco Park, which is the right thing to do.
Nick, that would be a good possibility. Yeah,
because they have some bowl games they play, big bowl games.
Yeah, which would be although that would be just for the Chargers. Qualcomm would stay, and that's where San Diego State would play. Because Qualcomm is San Diego State's home.
San Diego State needs to get a own field.
They've never had their own field. They've always played at Jack Murphy Stadium / Qualcomm.
Man, you would think they would get their own home stadium on their campus if they could. But
campus ain't big enough to put a football stadium there.
Jeez.
Yeah.
The next game we get to,
they'll probably keep on using that stadium because that stadium could still be used for monster trucks and concerts and stuff like that.
Yeah.
You know, so you really wouldn't have to get rid of the stadium.
The next game we get to, gentlemen, of course, we know that congrats to the Pats on their AFC East. Congrats to the Broncos. Another team, Jeff and Nick, that clinched a division, that would be the Indianapolis Colts. They clinched their second straight AFC South division title yesterday as they defeated the Houston Texans 17-10.
So let me ask you a question.
Mm-hmm.
Since they clinched already, do they start to sit people next week?
I wish they would.
I don't know. The Colts are probably saying, we want to get a higher seed and maybe try to, of course, number 3 seed is probably where the Colts are going to be at because New England and Denver are just too tough to stop. I don't know.
I don't know if you would sit. I don't know if you could sit anybody, really.
Andrew Luck, that's a question. If they want to sit him the next final 2 weeks. Chuck Pagano's got a tough choice, but the Colts are able to win the AFC South, and congrats. I tell you, Nick, you give Andrew Luck maybe, I don't know if it's going to be this year, a couple more years, Andrew Luck could be putting some Lombardi trophies up for Indianapolis, and they'll say Peyton Manning, that it wasn't worth a hill of beans.
They're only one game behind New England and Denver.
Yeah, 10-4, and you look at the Colts' schedule. At Dallas, of course, next weekend, and at Tennessee.
Yeah, they could go 12-4.
Yeah.
Easily.
Andrew Luck was 18 of 34, 187 yards, 2 touchdown passes, 1 interception. And Houston, pretty much their hopes, Nick, are pretty much gone for the Houston Texans. They've got, they're done. 7-7. Kiss the season goodbye, Houston.
Yeah, they're out of it. But the last games, Indianapolis has kind of struggled, and they struggled against Houston earlier in the year as well. So I don't know what to make of Indianapolis. They've blown some people out. They've struggled against the last 2 games. So I think it's going to be a good matchup. But Andrew Luck still had a bad game. He didn't have his normal, typical game over 300 yards, only 187 yards, 76 rating. So they got the win. That's all that matters. They're winning ugly, but that's all that matters. They keep winning. Hopefully next week they'll have a slip-up, but I'm expecting a good game next week.
I'm hoping next week is a good game.
When Indianapolis rolls right into Dallas and
beats them.
Yeah.
Exactly right.
The next game we get to, that AFC North, like I said, 3-team race, the
Hey,
Baltimore.
Sean, we got to get to our top of the hour break.
Okay.
All right, let's get to our top of the hour break, and we'll come back and we'll talk some more NFL football talk. You're listening to Jeff Escow, Sean Mann, and Nicholas Spiva on
Sports World Radio.
Storms move fast, so we use the best technology. That includes Bosch Icon wiper blades.
They're beam blades with memory tension springs and an aerodynamic design,
which means they fit the curve of the windshield. Bosch Icon wiper blades wiped our windshield clean and outlasted any other blade we've used. In my opinion, the Bosch Icon wiper blades are the best blades out there. Bosch Icon wiper blades, how storm chasers clear the way.
Confusion ever someone or have sudden you trouble had speaking, understanding?
Understanding trouble? Have you sudden have or speaking someone ever confusion?
Have you ever had sudden confusion, trouble speaking, or understanding someone?
It could be one of the 5 signs of stroke.
Sudden weakness or numbness of the face, arm, or leg.
Sudden trouble with vision in one or both eyes.
Suddenly having trouble walking or difficulty with balance.
Or a sudden intense headache that comes out of nowhere.
If you or someone you know has any of these symptoms, don't wait. Call 911 immediately. You could make a difference in someone's life, someone you love, maybe even your own.
It's late until, wait, don't too. Don't wait until it's too late.
Time lost is brain lost.
Find out more at powertoendstroke.org. Brought to you by the American Heart Association, American Stroke Association, and the Ad Council.
Hi, I'm Montel Williams. Most of you know me as a talk show host, but I'm also an author, actor, single father of 4, a fitness writer, avid snowboarder, and I'm also a medical marijuana patient. Like many of the million people who are living with multiple sclerosis, I'm in pain every single day. And sometimes my nerves are so raw that if you brushed up against me in an elevator, I'd scream. I can't sleep at night from the pain, and sometimes the spasms in my legs are so intense they will wake me up throughout the night. I've tried the strongest prescription medications available, and I'm going to tell you, they do not work. In fact, they leave me in a stupor, and most of the time, it's impossible to even live your life. Now, I've tried medical marijuana, and I'm going to tell you something, it works. If you'd like more information about medical marijuana, you can contact the Marijuana Policy Project at mpp.org or call 1-877-JOIN-MPP.
Hey everybody, this is Sky, and when I want to know what's going on in the wonderful world of sports, I tune to Sports World Radio.
All right, welcome back to Sports World Radio. Jeff Escow, Sean Mann, bringing you the fastest 2 hours of sports talk each and every Monday through Friday right here on SportsWorldRadio.com. And Nicholas Spiva joining us each and every Monday like he does in the first hour. We always keep him a little longer until we finish up the NFL, and sometimes we even keep him along for the Skippy Bash Hour. What do you got for me next, Sean?
Okay, the next game we get to, Jacksonville Jaguars at the Baltimore Ravens. How about this one, Jeff and Nick? 20-12, the Ravens over the Jaguars.
I really thought Jacksonville may pull the upset.
It looked pretty ugly for a while, too. The Jaguars, they're the team that's like the Raiders, like Jeff pointed out. Nothing to lose, having a bad season. Let's beat some big teams that are doing well and make some noise.
Exactly. Let's piss off some people and maybe knock them out of the playoffs.
They almost did. I really thought they had a shot at it, but somehow Baltimore gets that win, and they're still alive somehow.
And that 3-team race and that very competitive AFC North. Looking at the Ravens' schedule, they go to Houston next weekend, and they host the Cleveland Browns.
Well, that should be wins
Houston
for both of those
and Cleveland,
games.
well, they should be able to win both of them, like Nicholas just said. If they can't, there's a serious problem.
Yeah, and looking at the playoffs right now, Sean, everybody, Cincinnati, Pittsburgh, and Baltimore are all in the playoffs.
It's been a crazy division, Nick, for the AFC North. I never would have expected it was so tight all season long. It was just up and down, teams winning a few or losing a few here and there.
It's been the craziest. I can't remember a conference this close in I don't know how long. I mean, every team is right there with a shot to win. And Cincinnati, with that stupid tie, they're gonna pull off the division. It looks like
With that stupid tie.
Look at Carolina. They came out of nowhere and now leading the South with that tie.
How crazy is that?
And speaking of Carolina, that's the next game we get to. The Panthers prevailed 19-17 against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
I think I picked Tampa Bay. I thought they would pull the upset.
I went with the Buccaneers.
No quarterback.
Too.
No quarterback. What was his name?
Anderson.
Anderson.
Derek Anderson.
I really thought the Tampa Bay might pull the upset there, but
yeah, I think I picked Carolina in that game, so I got lucky.
But that was an interesting game. I didn't watch. I watched the Red Zone. Didn't have that game on too much, but wow, that was a big win for Carolina.
When you look at the way the divisions are, Jeff and Nick, you got the AFC North, which is fun because you got 3 teams battling it out above 500. Now you go to this game and you have the Panthers, who are now 5-8-1, right with New Orleans in what is a very, very horrible NFC South division. Yuck.
And that's pretty surprising because I thought New Orleans and Atlanta would be pretty good this year.
Falcons.
And I thought Carolina would be okay, but geez Louise. Second year in a row that's been a down conference.
What do you think of this, Jeff, of the NFC South division?
I think it's ridiculous. I think it's a joke. I think a team with a losing record is going to win a division and get into the playoffs. That's a joke. I think the NFL should have a rule. If you're in a division and you're leading the division and you have a losing record, nobody from that team makes that. No team from that division makes the playoffs. Pick a different team from another division.
Just like the 7-9 Seahawks. I'll never forget that.
Ridiculous, man.
Should be like the college bowl game system. You at least have to have a 500 record to get in.
Yes, at least that.
And Nick, now with that story that you presented for the first hour, that the NFL is making this push to expand the NFL playoffs, that's even worse, especially for the teams that are below 500.
Yeah, but I guess, if you look at it now, they would be, I guess they'd be in it because they'd be the division winner, but you're still going to have, possibly you could have a team with 10 wins not make it. Philadelphia could not make it, or Dallas could not make it with 10 wins. So, I don't know. I think it's even more difficult to get teams because this year you just have one team actually 2 teams. San Francisco's at 500, but Philadelphia's at 9-5, and then you have New Orleans and Atlanta are still alive. So, if they had it now, you'd have probably two teams with a losing record, maybe. Ridiculous.
Yeah, Jeff has a point. It's crazy, and that the NFL should put together a rule that a team below 500 should not be able to clinch the division. That's just terrible. That the Falcons, the Saints, or the Panthers will be one of those 3 teams will be able to get in the playoffs with the below 500 record. That's just terrible.
It's ridiculous.
It is. And speaking of San Francisco, yesterday, ladies and gentlemen, the 49ers were mathematically eliminated from playoff contention, losing to the Seahawks 17-7. Josh Lopez, congrats, buddy. You got that prediction right. The 49ers would not make the playoffs. You predicted that they would be 6-10. Well, 7-7. And I can tell you, Nick, that 49ers dealing with even though Harbaugh this, Harbaugh that, we will know something 2 weeks from today, like if he's retained or if he's going to get traded to another team.
Josh got it right, though, didn't he?
As for the Seahawks, they have to go now to Arizona, but they needed this win against the 49ers.
Josh got it right, though, didn't he? He said
Yeah.
that the 49ers won't make the playoffs, and boom, he was right, wasn't he?
He was right.
I don't know what happened to the 49ers. They just went downhill. I mean, it had been great with Jim Harbaugh.
He lost
and then
the
I guess all the speculation could be right. All these teammates could be tired of him.
He
or his players.
He lost the locker room.
Yeah,
he lost. And doesn't get along with the ownership as well in the front office. So nobody there likes him. Just I guess he's the odd man out.
Yeah, Harbaugh's lost he's lost control of this entire team. And the 49ers now realizing that they don't want him, my opinion, he's gone. I would be shocked that the 49ers would keep him as head coach and retain him. I don't see it happening.
I don't either. You know what? The rumors are he may go to Oakland. That'd be a good place for him.
He may get traded to Oakland. Yeah, he may just decide that he and his wife enjoy staying on the West Coast, and like we been saying on NFL Real Talk for Jeff, Frank, and I, that he would get traded, Nick, to the Oakland Raiders. And Kaepernick was 11 of 19, 141 yards, no touchdown passes, no interceptions. And if you go to the other side, you talk about a Seattle team that needed that game, now having to go down next Sunday night at Arizona, and that place is going to be wild next weekend in the desert.
You think?
Oh, I know.
But they're with their third-string quarterback. How good are they going to be? Ryan Lindley, he's their guy. I don't think they have a shot now. I really don't think they could beat the Seahawks with the Seahawks playing as well as they are now with a third-string guy. I think the defense may keep them in it, but I don't think they have enough to get past them.
And look who just shows up, Jeff. It's Browning Master, since he's the big Eagles fan.
What's up, Browning bastard? It's about time.
The Eagles were not flying last night.
Well, hey, at least he showed up, unlike Gary One Arm.
Speaking of that game, we get to it next. Gary One Arm yesterday, Jeff, tagged me on a post on Facebook saying, "Touchdown Redskins, 10-7 Redskins. Hail to the Redskins, baby."
What a loser he is.
And didn't you make the rule and say, Jeff, that he would be permanently banned for not showing up? And here's what he said to me yesterday. He says, "Bite me. I have to work. I've got things to do." And then I'm like having to hear Jeff's BS.
Well, tough noogies, man. You're not working at... Oh, he might... I think he works the night shift, so he's actually working probably during the show. But if you're not working during the show up every once in a while, you son of a bitch.
The Redskins dropped, Nick, to 3-11 overall this season. The Giants moved to 5-9. Big game for Eli Manning. He had 3 touchdown passes, and he threw for 250 yards on 23 of 34.
Wow. This was really one of those games where you kind of hope it ends in a tie. You really don't care about either team.
I don't.
So, but Robert Griffin actually showed up. And what about that play, the questionable call? Did you guys see that? His touchdown that they said wasn't a touchdown?
No, I didn't see it.
He was diving. I saw that. It looked like a touchdown to me, but he was as a running quarter. He was running out of the pocket, dove for the touchdown, and they said he didn't have control of the football when he crossed the plane.
Really?
So they called him. I guess they called a fumble, and then that was at the end of the quarter. And then the Santana Moss starts yelling at the official. He gets ejected.
I saw that.
It was a crazy turn of events there at the end of the game.
And then Gary One Arm saying that he just thinks that the Redskins are going to be the best team and that Colt McCoy will be the future. Redskins have a lot more problems there, Gary One Arm. Like, you thinking that we don't even know anything about football.
He's a free agent next year. You think they're going to keep him? And then who are they going to get rid of? Yeah, he's a free agent. They may fire their coach. They may get rid of Griffin.
The Redskins are here's the thing, Nick. The Redskins are a disaster. They're disastrous. They've got so much drama going on with that team, and no leadership, no fun times for the Redskins. And Redskin fans are saying, "Thank goodness the season's over. We could just focus on Wizards basketball."
Yeah, get ready for the Nationals.
And the Nationals too. Yeah.
Jeez Louise, I don't know what they're going to do. They have so many problems. It's not even funny. Actually, it is funny, but if I'm a Redskin fan, it's not funny. So I don't know what I mean. They have a big. Who are they going to do? Keep their coach who they just hired, or get rid of their top pick?
Nick, this is what Jeff and I even pointed out, and Jeff made a very good point about this last week. I think when Frank was on, it all comes down to one man and one man only, Daniel Snyder. He's the one that's ruined the Washington Redskins because he was expected to come in there and win Super Bowls and win championships because he grew up as this big Redskins fan. He hasn't done anything for this team. Nothing.
No, he needs to get a real GM. And Jerry Jones has taken I don't know what's happened the last couple of years with Jerry Jones, but they've actually made some quality draft picks. And he's not and they didn't draft Manziel like he wanted to. Thank the Lord he didn't do that. So somebody has gotten a hold of Jerry Jones and talked some sense into him. Somebody needs to do that to Daniel Snyder if the Redskins ever wanted to be over 500 again.
Jeff, again, your thoughts on the status of the Washington Redskins.
You know what? I don't think RG3 is going to be there next year.
It's between him and the coach. That's what it's come down to.
That's what it's going to come down to. And if I'm Daniel Snyder, screw the player. Let's go with the coach on this one.
That's what any normal guy would do, but this is Daniel Snyder we're talking about.
Well, Daniel Snyder's gone with the player the last several times, correct? He's got rid of the coach. Well, obviously that's not working, so now it's time to flip the script and go with the coach. Right?
You have to. I mean, you got to give shots. Go out and draft another quarterback, trade for a quarterback or something.
Do something.
And you look at all the quarterbacks the Redskins have had since Daniel Snyder bought the team and became owner of the Washington Redskins.
Hey, you know what? We're going to run to a break here on Sports World Radio. We'll be right back after this quick break. You listen to Jeff Escal Showman and Nicholas Spiva on
Sports World Radio.
Millionaires are being made worldwide all season long at DraftKings.com, America's favorite one-week fantasy football website. One-week fantasy means no season-long commitments, so you can play whenever you want. You got a player who's hurt? No problem. Injuries won't derail your shot at victory because it's like a new season every week, so you're never stuck with the same players. Pick your team in minutes, and you could be on your way to winning huge cash payoffs. And just this season alone, one lucky listener turned $10 into $5,000, and another turned $2 into $10,000. Plus, we've been crowning new millionaires virtually every week, all season long at DraftKings.com. So you could be next. What are you waiting for? Imagine winning $1 million in one day just for playing fantasy football at DraftKings. Make sure you log on to DraftKings.com right away and use the promo code Spreaker to play for free in the $10 million Fantasy Football World Championships. DraftKings.com. Bigger events, bigger winnings, bigger millionaires. Don't forget to enter Spreaker at DraftKings.com today. You can't win if you don't play. DraftKings.com. DraftKings.com. That's DraftKings.com.
This message brought to you by FEMA. Stay fire safe this winter. Turn portable heaters off when you go to bed or leave the room. Keep anything that can burn at least 3 feet away. Plug portable heaters directly into wall outlets. Inspect and replace damaged cords, broken outlets, or loose connections. Use portable heaters with an automatic shutoff so that if they tip over, they turn off. Only use portable heaters approved by a recognized testing laboratory. Learn more at www.usfa.fema.gov.
I had PTSD. Once I was back from Iraq, I was distant from everybody in my family.
We had a reunion of our unit, and you'd hear these spouses say, "Is your husband doing that? My husband's doing that too. I thought it was just us." And really understanding that, hey, this is a common experience.
I learned more to listen to what he was saying, and that made it easier for me to understand where his pain was coming from.
Warriors should know that resources are available. Learn more at realwarriors.net.
This message brought to you by FEMA. Be fire safe during the holidays. Only use decorations that are non-flammable or flame retardant. Check holiday lights each year for frayed wires or excessive wear. And do not link more than 3 strands. Never leave a burning candle unattended. Consider using battery-operated flameless candles which look and smell like real candles. If your celebration includes a natural tree, keep it away from any heat source or exit. Water your tree daily to keep it from becoming dry. Learn more at usfa.fema.gov. This message brought to you by FEMA. Home fires occur most often in winter. Keep anything that can catch fire at least 3 feet from heating equipment. And never use an oven to heat your home. Stay in the kitchen when frying, grilling, or broiling food. Turn space heaters off when you leave the room or go to bed. Make sure all vents are clear of snow and ice to allow carbon monoxide to vent outside. Have your furnace, heating system, and chimneys serviced each year by a qualified professional. Learn more at www.usfa.fema.gov.
Hey everybody, this is Sky. And when I want to know what's going on in the wonderful world of sports, I tune to Sports World Radio.
With our guy, our man, Nicholas Spiva, who comes in every Monday and hangs out with us as long as he can, which we appreciate dearly. I figured as long as we get him out of here by 4:30, around there, he has enough time to cook dinner and all. What are you making for dinner tonight, buddy?
I've already had my stuff made. I made it all yesterday.
Oh, that's right. So no
gonna
time
go
for
just make a salad.
Oh, so dude, you're staying
And,
until the end. Then you don't got no choice.
I've got my chicken ready. Got to make a salad
That's right.
and some fresh
How hard is it to make a
iced
salad?
tea.
What kind of salad? With regular lettuce, or are you eating some special kind of lettuce?
Oh man, I like the regular lettuce. I'm weird. I know
Iceberg?
everybody loves that romaine lettuce and all this other stuff. I just prefer regular old lettuce.
Iceberg lettuce, right?
Iceberg lettuce.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I knew I freaking loved you, Nicholas.
I don't like that other crap.
I
It's
don't
got
like that other-
the spine in it. It tastes like dirt.
I don't like that other crap either. Give me
I don't
some
either.
good old iceberg lettuce. I'm ready to rock and roll.
Exactly. And I've got and my sister. She'll make a salad. She makes a great salad, but she'll add some of that romaine and maybe some spinach to it.
I'm okay with that as long as it's not overpowering the iceberg. You know, if there's a
Yeah.
little bit in there and it's chopped up nicely, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm okay with
But
that.
those salads that just come with a spine.
Yeah, I
and-
hate that.
No thanks.
I hate that. Throw some croutons in there, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Little ranch dressing and
Little
some
ranch
cheese.
dressing, cheese.
Yeah,
there
you're
you
ready to go.
There you go. You know what you should try too? Put some pickled beets. You ever have pickled beets? They're delicious.
I can't say that I've ever had pickled beets.
Get a can of pickled beets, drain out all the water and juice that's in the pickled beets, and they come in they look like little round medallions. You cut them up in half and throw them in the salad. They're going to turn your salad red, but they're delicious.
Oh, man, I don't know about that, but I'll think about it.
Or take one and, try it before you put it in the salad.
I don't know. I'm not too adventurous. So I bet you watch Bizarre Foods, don't you?
No, I don't, because I don't like that crap. My stomach
me
can't
neither.
handle it. I can only eat, I can't eat weird crap like that. I got a really sensitive stomach, so I can't eat weird crap like that.
That happens.
That's why, hey, dude, I'm a cook. I'm the one who does all the cooking in the house. I'm just taking tonight off because I have a meeting. But I pretty much cook almost 7 days a week here. How about that?
I feel your pain. I do the same thing. So
That's a life skill. Got to have it.
yeah, you gotta learn how to cook.
Oh, yeah, and I'm a mean cook, man. And you know what? When my dad goes to his girlfriend's house on Thursday, he doesn't come back till Monday morning. So it's just me and my sister, right? I do the cooking. She does the dishes.
You can't beat that.
How about them apples? Ain't that great?
I like that.
The next story we get to,
He's always
I
pushing
got 2
sports.
games.
This guy's always pushing sports talk. What the hell's the matter with you?
This
Come
is
on,
a
Sean.
sports show. No, all right, the next game we get to, let's get this one out of the way. The New York Jets and the Tennessee Titans. Yesterday, a brawl happened between both the Jets and the Titans in what has been a disastrous season for both teams. Nick, did you see the brawl that happened between the Jets and the Titans on SportsCenter on NFL Red Zone?
I missed it. I didn't get to see it. I did see the end of the game. I almost had another Music City miracle. I mean, I think the Delaney Walker got pushed out the 10-yard line, but I missed the brawl. I heard Geno Smith got sucker punched, but how dumb do you have to be to hit a helmet? I mean, how bright are you to hit a helmet?
It's just
I mean,
been
at least
one
hit him
of
in
those,
his stomach.
Yeah, it's just been one of those years where the Jets and Titans are angry because they have played so horrible. Both teams are not very good, so what's the worst thing to do? Let's just get into a fight.
Sean, but if you were still a Jet fan, you wouldn't have wanted them to win yesterday because you want them to get the first pick. They went from being pick number 3 to number 6 now.
Yeah,
If they wanted to pick a quarterback, you can kiss that goodbye. If they wanted to trade down, you can kiss that goodbye.
There's still hope. Maybe the other teams will win.
You know? I mean, if you were truly a Jet fan, you were yelling for them to lose yesterday. That's a sad thing to say, But still, they've gone this far. There's only 2 weeks left. You might as well lose the last 2 games to get the first damn pick in the draft. But no, you had to win, didn't you?
As the old saying for the Colts, suck for luck. They did it.
You know, so now they're 3-11. Jacksonville's 2-12. Oakland's 2-12. Washington's 3-11. Tampa Bay's 2-12. So they're gonna get the 5th, 6th pick, man. It's gonna suck.
Yeah, right now they're projected at number 6. Tampa Bay's got the number 1 overall pick.
Tampa Bay? Why Tampa Bay?
Don't know. That's how I'm looking at CBSSports.com, and their top 5 is Tampa Bay, Tennessee, Jacksonville, Oakland, Washington, then New York Jets.
See, that just blows
6.
for them. So they better hope that Tennessee, Jacksonville, and Oakland win another game. and Tampa Bay, right?
Yep.
Yeah, they still don't know how the tiebreaker goes.
That's ridiculous.
And finally, the last game to conclude this NFL week number 15, the Detroit Lions prevailing 16-14, Nick. And this was a game the Lions had. Now Detroit, can I believe I'm saying this? Detroit now has sole possession of first place in the NFC North division.
That's pretty surprising.
But
Minnesota almost pulled this game off. If they had a field goal kicker, they would have pulled this game off.
Yeah, that blocked field goal.
Yeah, but Detroit and
26-yarder. Then he missed the one earlier than that, too.
Detroit and Green Bay are tied right now at 10-4. But they put Detroit in front. Do they have a game left with each other, or are they done?
Checking right now. 2 games left for the Lions at Chicago this upcoming Sunday, and then at Green Bay, December 28th, last game of the season.
That's going to be the game. The winner of that game is going to win that division. You know that, right?
This should be a good game.
That game better be the Sunday night game. Or Monday.
I hope they do.
It's either that game or there's the Pittsburgh-Cincinnati game as well. And that could be for the division as well.
That game better be a Sunday night game. Or
yeah,
the Monday night game.
I don't know. I guess they don't have it right now. They don't have it.
Why not put it to the Sunday night game? I looked at the Week 17 schedule. There's nothing scheduled for a Sunday night.
Yeah, don't they flex this last game?
There is no Sunday night game next week.
I mean, it's the last week?
The last week, Week 17, there is no Sunday night game.
That stinks. They should just do that and move it to Sunday night.
There is no Sunday night game and there is no Monday night game. All the games are on Sunday.
That's right. Forgot about that. Oh, well, what can you do?
And who do they play? The last game? What team am I looking for? Detroit? Detroit plays at Green Bay. They play at 10 o'clock in the morning our time.
Shucks.
Yeah, that means I'll be sleeping. I'll miss that game.
I wish they would have been able to move that to the Sunday night game because of how much the implications are for both
And I won't
teams.
get that game because I'm going to get the San Diego-Kansas City game.
Well, that still could be flexed to a late game, couldn't it? Don't they? To like a 3:30 game?
It could.
Switch it with some other team?
But there's no 3:30 game. There's only 10 a.m. games and 1:25 games, and there's only 3 1:25 games. Denver hosting Oakland, San Francisco hosting Arizona, and Seattle hosting St. Louis. Those are the only afternoon games.
Mm-hmm.
How about that? All the other games are morning freaking games.
I like a few later games. I mean, I don't like all the morning or they're noon here, but
Giants and Philadelphia, morning game. Dallas and Washington, morning game. Pittsburgh, Cincinnati, morning game. Baltimore, Cleveland, morning game. I'm sorry. All morning games, man. There's no Monday or Sunday night football last week of the season. So this week coming up, week 16, is your last Thursday night game.
Oh, that's going to be a great one.
Great one. Jacksonville and Tennessee.
Whew, barn burner.
Your last Sunday night game and your last Monday night game.
At least the Sunday and Monday night games are good games.
Yep.
Seahawks, Cardinals, Sunday night. Broncos, Bengals, Monday night.
Right. So enjoy your last Thursday, Sunday, and Monday night games, people.
I can't believe it's already over. Good grief. It just seems like we started.
Which Skippy Bayless was all happy about for NFL games on Thursday. And I've got some Skippy Bayless for you next.
Before we go into Skippy Bayless, let's go to our final update. We're going to keep Nicholas with us for the Skippy bashing. We'll go to our final update. We'll go to our commercial break. We'll come back with some Skippy bashing. You listen to Jeff Escow, Nicholas Spiva, and Sean Mann on
Sports World Radio.
Okay, this update is brought to you by the Flipper. Head on over to flipperflipper.com and get your Flipper today. Now listen, these make great stocking stuffers. They're running a huge special right now, 2 for 1. Head on over to flipperflipper.com and get your Flipper today. Never, ever touch your toilet seat ever again to flip it up or flip it down. Head on over to flipperflipper.com and get your Flipper today. Take it away, Sean Mann, with the final update of the day.
All right, Jeff and Nick, thank you very much. 28 minutes after the hour. NBA, Cavaliers up 26-6 against the Charlotte Hornets. 2:53 left in the first quarter. Indiana leads 21-4 against the LA Lakers. 5:09 left to go in the first quarter. 76ers 18, Celtics 14 with 4 minutes and 26 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Actually, first quarter. Chicago at Atlanta, Orlando at Toronto, Milwaukee at Phoenix, San Antonio at Portland, and Detroit at the Los Angeles Clippers. NHL, 3 games going on right now. The Senators 1, Sabres nothing. 9 minutes and 55 seconds in the first period. First period down in Pittsburgh. It's 0-0 between the Lightning and the Penguins. The Devils up 1-0 against the Islanders. Monday Night Football on ESPN. Saints at the Bears. Game starts at 8:30 p.m. Eastern Time, 5:30 p.m. Pacific Time, in a wet, rainy Soldier Field in Champaign, Illinois. That is the update for Sports World Radio. This update, of course, by the Flipper, was brought to you by flipperflipper.com. Commercial break and more sports talk.
Welcome to the Man Manual. Man comes with a multifunctional casing known as skin. It is remarkable. Warning, standard body wash can cause damage to man's skin. Maintain it properly with Dove Men Plus Care Body Wash. It cleans man and protects skin from dryness. This will keep man's skin remarkable, even under extreme testing. Dove Men Plus Care Body Wash. Skin care built in. Also, freshen man's exterior with new Aqua Impact Body Wash.
Why does consultant Jerry Howell say at La Quinta?
Can you come back tomorrow?
Because only with La Quinta can Jerry instant hold the room tonight using just his phone number. And then power down for tomorrow on his pillow top bed. And when Jerry's refreshed, you know what he does?
We need ideas, people. Think. Synergistic integration. Genius.
He thinks outside the box.
I'm going for it. No.
La Quinta Inns and Suites take care of you so you can take care of business. Instant hold your next stay on your smartphone at LQ.com.
La Quinta.
Hi, I'm Montel Williams. Most of you know me as a talk show host, but I'm also an author, actor, single father of 4, a fitness writer, avid snowboarder, and I'm also a medical marijuana patient. Like many of the million people who are living with multiple sclerosis, I'm in pain every single day. And sometimes my nerves are so raw that if you brushed up against me in an elevator, I'd scream. I can't sleep at night from the pain, and sometimes the spasms in my legs are so intense they will wake me up throughout the night. I've tried the strongest prescription medications available, and I'm going to tell you, they do not work. In fact, they leave me in a stupor, and most of the time, it's impossible to even live your life. Now, I've tried medical marijuana, and I'm going to tell you something, it works. If you'd like more information about medical marijuana, you can contact the Marijuana Policy Project at mpp.org or call 1-877-JOIN-MPP.
Hey everybody, this is Sky, and when I want to know what's going on in the wonderful world of sports, I tune to Sports World Radio.
All right, welcome back to Sports World Radio. Unfortunately, this is going to be our final segment. I have a meeting at the top of the hour, and I want to make sure I get to it, and it's going to be a long meeting, so I want to throw some food in my face before the meeting. So this is going to be our last segment of Monday. Thank you, everybody, for hanging out with us. So let's get into the Skip Bashy 15-minute segment.
Here we go, the Skippy Bayless Bash Hour, Jeff and Nick. Here we go. Skippy Bayless came out and said, my Dallas Cowboys are better than the 1985 Chicago Bears.
Oh, my gosh. I swear, he just has to say things just to get people riled up.
He's happy. He says, how about my Cowboys winning? You have nothing to say there.
No, well, you really can't say anything.
They pulled off the great win, so
yeah, they didn't
they're
fall
not.
apart.
They'll get overboard now. Don't lose your mind.
Right,
but
they didn't fall apart like they normally do in the fourth quarter. I mean, Philadelphia takes the lead, and they didn't fall apart. So you got to give him props on that at least. So I really can't bust his chops for that because he happens to be right.
Skippy Bayless said, my Dallas Cowboys are better than the New England Patriots.
I don't know about that one. What do you think there, Mr.? Oh, Nicholas is having some internet trouble. I don't know about that. I'm not sure about that one.
I don't think so, Skippy. I would be careful with what you say about that. New England is a lot better than Dallas is.
They got a lot better of a quarterback and a head coach, I'll tell you that. Right, Nicholas?
who was that? I got cut off.
Dallas and Skippy said that Dallas is better than New England.
Oh my gosh, no, they're not quite better than New England. No,
Skippy
I think I'd give
Bayless.
New England the edge.
Skippy Bayless said, my quarterback, Tony Romo, had a Joe Montana performance last night.
Well, I wouldn't say that. Hey, he's been steady all year. I mean, they finally have a line, finally have a running game. If you finally get him some help, he'll play well. He doesn't have to make crazy plays like he's used to playing. So he's got a lot better. The whole team has gotten a lot better.
Yeah, but their defense
in the last
stinks.
several years.
Their
But
defense
Joe
stinks.
Montana, no,
Their
I don't think
defense
so.
Stinks. And not only that, I don't think he plays. Listen, he's got that one move to get away a rusher. He spins to the right, correct?
Yeah.
So if you're rushing there, don't you know he's going to do that? Stop him from doing that. He does it every freaking time. Watch the tape.
As Dan Patrick said, you can't stop him. You can only hope to contain him.
You can stop that if you know it's coming. You know he's going to do it. You make him do it, and then you grab him. You fake him out. The hell's the matter
Hey,
with you people?
he got J.J. Watt 2 times on it.
I know. And he made Philadelphia look like a bunch of fools last night doing it.
Skippy Bayless said, my Dallas Cowboys are better than the 1972 Miami Dolphins.
He's an idiot. He's an idiot for saying that.
He'd probably say, how am I an idiot, Mr. Eskow? I'm all happy because the Cowboys won again, and they're going to be better than the 72 Dolphins.
Does he do drugs or something?
Correct
Is
me
he
if
drunk
I'm
when he
wrong.
does this show?
Correct me if I'm wrong, but the 72 Dolphins didn't lose a game, right?
Yeah,
they went 17-0.
Yeah, so scratch my ass.
Jeez.
Skippy Bayless said that Jason Garrett's performance was up there with the Bill Walsh and Don Chulas of the world.
What performance? He didn't do anything on the field.
He
He
probably
didn't ice his kicker this time. That's a start.
He probably said the reason why is because he had his team prepared against Philadelphia this time.
What performance? He didn't play on the field. He prepared his team very well. That's all he did. Hey, Nicholas, he doesn't call the offensive plays, does he?
Supposedly, no, they're supposed to have Scott Linehan supposed to be the guy, but I'm sure he's got his intake, his input a little bit.
I'm sure
but no.
he throws his 2 cents in during the game, but Scott Linehan is calling all the plays, right?
Yeah.
Directly to
Romo,
correct? So
that's
he's not,
my understanding.
So I have an idea. So Skip, if that's the case, then how can you say that about Garrett? He's not even calling the plays, you jackass.
He's probably because he's saying that. Remember that Garrett is better than Don Shula and better than Bill Walsh. That's what he's thinking.
He's a moron.
Unstinking believable.
You guys are making me mad, and that's why I like. And he's talking good about my team, but good grief, I'm just kidding. I want to put my fist to the TV now.
No, not through the TV. You know what you need to do is get a picture of Skip Bayless and get darts and just throw the darts at it as hard as you can.
There we go. I'm gonna have to do that.
Skippy Bayless said the Eagles are a disgrace to the NFL.
And we'll call it Bayless Dart. Or Dart Bayless.
And the Raiders aren't, and the Browns aren't, and the Redskins aren't. Whatever.
Yeah,
Go back to sleep.
yeah, Jeff. He called the Eagles a disgrace to the NFL. Skippy did.
The Eagles are a disgrace to the NFL. Oh, the Jets aren't. Oh, the Giants aren't. Oh, Tampa Bay's not. Jacksonville's not. Oakland's not. Go scratch my ass.
Skippy Bayless said that Mark Sanchez is the accident waiting to happen.
I can see that.
He's always been the accident waiting to happen. He just happens to be on somebody who knows how to control him a little bit. And in that interception last night in the middle of the field, he should have threw the ball to the right. The guy was wide open. Nobody was near him.
Skippy Bayless said that my Dallas Cowboys are on the road to the Super Bowl full steam ahead.
Oh, so now he's putting them in the Super Bowl?
Yeah.
I thought it was Seattle.
I know.
Yeah.
I thought, first of all, it was Cleveland and Dallas. Then it was New England and Dallas. Then it was New England and Denver. I'm sorry. Then it was Denver and Dallas. Now it's back to New England and Dallas. Now he's changing his mind again?
Mm-hmm.
This guy changes his mind more than a woman changes her tampon when she's on a period.
You know, the worst case scenario would be Cowboys win the Super Bowl and Skippy will say, aha, my Cowboys are Super Bowl champions. I'm all happy.
I can't.
Well, he could say that about any team. Every team's his team, so I guess that doesn't really matter.
I can't deal with that. I was watching First Take this morning, and Stephen A. Smith was not a happy camper, man.
I wouldn't be either if I had to work with Skip Bayless every day.
He was depressed that Philadelphia won. He was depressed that Dallas won. He was not a happy camper.
Skippy Bayless said that Johnny Manziel will prove the doubters wrong.
No, he did not say that.
That's what Josh sent to me. He said that Johnny Manziel will prove the doubters wrong.
In First Take this morning, he kept saying that Johnny Manziel stunk it up. It was terrible. I'm telling you, Johnny Manziel is not going to have a long NFL career. Mark my words, boys and girls.
Skippy would debate you and say, how do you know that? It's only his first year.
How do I know that? Because look at his performance yesterday, and look how small he looked on the field. He looked like a kid playing with men.
Skippy Bayless blames the offensive line for Johnny Manziel's poor performance.
Look at Ebo. If it's brown, flush it down. Hey, Ebo. I gotta say something to you there, girl. You are moved into second place in our Pick'em League.
I don't know how you do it, Ebo, but you're so tough to beat.
2 points behind Gio. The returning champion is in second place, boys. And she's getting ready to take over first place. And she wins again. We got a serious problem.
I know. We're jinxed.
What's up with that, Nicholas?
I don't know.
Nicholas,
Skippy,
you and Schmedley are the only two at Sports World Radio that can catch her. You're only 4 points. Schmedley's only 4 points down, and you're 8 down. Come on, man, let's go.
Skippy Bayless said, Jeff, that my Dallas Cowboys will beat the Seattle Seahawks in Seattle again.
No, they won't.
He said, did you see the season game? Did you see when Dallas went into Seattle and won?
You want to know something? Even if Dallas gets the number 1 pick and Seattle has to go to Dallas, Seattle's going to beat them. You know what? I hope Dallas gets a home game, first game in the playoff, and because they're going to lose. Because they play better on the road than they do at home.
Right now, they play Green Bay. If the playoffs ended today, they'd be playing Green Bay at home.
At home?
Yeah.
Yep.
That means Green Bay's gonna win.
Oh, and everybody remembers the last time when Dallas played against Green Bay. Nick, I know that had some bad memories.
You don't want to see that game, do you, Nick? You don't want to see.
It's been a while. I don't want to see. Heck, no, I don't want to see Aaron Rodgers.
No, you don't want to see Green Bay and Dallas, do you?
No, they're a good team. I don't.
In fact, you know what? That's what I want to see. I want to see Green Bay and Dallas in the first playoff game, and just Dallas get knocked right out.
I bet you do.
I do.
Skippy Bayless said that Jason Garrett is the Joel Quenneville of coaching.
Who?
Joel Quenneville of coaching.
Who the heck is that?
Must be some college coach. That's what Josh sent me.
Joel Quenneville?
Yep.
Skippy Bayless, what is he, your old high school coach?
Probably.
Joel Quenneville?
Yeah.
Who the hell is that?
I'm looking at him. He's the head coach of the Chicago Blackhawks.
He's the coach of the Chicago Blackhawks?
You didn't know that, Sean?
I don't know who he was. No.
Joel Quenneville, head coach of the Chicago Blackhawks.
So why
He's a former ice hockey defenseman and former head coach of the Avalanche and the St. Louis Blues.
Okay, so what did he say about him?
That Jason Garrett is the Joel Quenneville of coaching.
Joel Quenneville of coaching.
Is he a good coach? I mean,
He's a Blackhawk
I don't follow
coach.
hockey.
See,
Yeah, he won the Stanley Cup.
The problem is, Skip, when you try to make a statement like that, you need to use a reference that people know, a name that people know. Nobody in the rest of the United States, except for Chicago and maybe hockey fans, know who Joe Quenneville is, you jackass.
That's like comparing to the coach at the Manchester United over in England.
Hey,
You
Skippy,
can say the same thing.
what you should have said, say that statement for me again, Sean.
That Jason Garrett was performance is Skippy said that Jason Garrett is the Joel Quenneville of coaching.
Okay, what you should have said, if you wanted to say it correctly, is Jason Garrett is the Don Shula of coaching.
Or you could have said Greg Popovich if you want to go for the league.
Or Phil Jackson.
Yeah, somebody
know. That people know, not Joe Quenneville, you jackass. You know what? That statement just proves how dumb you really are.
Skippy Bayless said that the Chicago Cubs will lose for another 100 years.
Oh, I don't think people are going to like that in Chicago. You better not show your face at a Cubbies game.
I think they're going to have a good year this year.
Skippy Bayless said that Floyd Mayweather needs to make this fight official already.
It does. This fight needs to happen, and Manny Pacquiao's going to kick his ass.
Skippy Bayless said that Charles Barkley needs to be the coach for the Boston Celtics.
Oh,
now first it's the Knicks, now it's the Cavs, now it's the Celtics.
Yeah, Jesus.
Then it was the Cowboys, wasn't it?
Cowboys,
the
Knicks,
Cowboys one time?
Giants,
so.
Knicks, Celtics, Cleveland. Anybody else you want Barkley to coach, you jackass? He can barely do his regular job, let alone coaching.
Get ready for this one before we have to go, and Jeff has to get to his meeting. Skippy Bayless said that Shaquille O'Neal needs to be coach for the Sacramento Kings.
I
don't think Shaq can coach, can he?
No, I don't think he can coach.
He's too slow. I mean, he talks too slow.
I like Ebo. Nobody knows who Jason Garrett is anyway. Plus, comparing Garrett to anybody who has won the championship is beyond outrageous.
So that you can compare Garrett to Andy Reid then.
Okay, there you go. Compare him to Andy Reid, or who's the coach of Chip Kelly? Compare him to Chip Kelly.
Yeah.
Okay. You can't compare him to the Giant head coach. You know why? Because he's got 2 Super Bowls and you don't have any.
Technically, Dallas has 5, but Jason Garrett doesn't have any.
Jason Garrett doesn't have any. Not as a coach, but as a player he does, doesn't he?
Yeah, he's got a couple as a player.
But not
Backup
as a coach.
quarterback.
Right, backup quarterback. Backup quarterback.
Hey, he was good too.
There
Remember
you go,
I don't know if you remember the Green Bay game in 1993 Thanksgiving. Oh, it was a heck of a game.
There you go, Josh. You can compare him to Marvin Lewis. That's a good one right there, because Marvin Lewis don't have any playoff wins neither as a Cincinnati head coach. That's a good one right there. I like that one. Hey, we're getting a flock out of here a little bit early. I got a freaking date with a fig on Prune Street. So, you like that?
That's pretty good. I have to remember that.
You like that one?
That is a good one.
I got a date with a fig on Prune Street. That's one of my mom's sayings, man. I got tons of them just stored away in my head.
That is a good one.
You like that one, right?
Oh, yeah, that's great.
Remember that one. Remember that one, because they'll just fly right out of my mouth. Yeah, so we're going to get the flock out of here a little bit early. I want to thank everybody for hanging out with us today. We really appreciate it. We'll be back tomorrow for another edition of Sports World Radio with Frank Sprankle joining us, the big wind, in the second hour of tomorrow's show. Until then, my friends, remember, you only have one life to live. Live it long, live it strong, and live it proud. And please don't forget, life may suck, but the alternative is unacceptable. For Sean Mann, Nicholas Spiva, I'm Jeff Escow. This has been Sports World Radio. Peace out, bitches.
Later.
Hey, boy, Stimpy. We sure had fun today, kid. So long, kids. Come on, Stimpy, say goodbye.
Where are we going?
The show's over. See you next time.